Welcome to Barlates Body Blitz Garden Upper Body. Grab your light hand weights and start by circling your arms to the front. Nice big circles. Push your shoulders down. You're standing nice and tall. Tummy's pulled in. You're just using very light hand weights here. 500 grams to 1.5 kilos or 1 to 3 pounds. Now open out to the side diagonally, so you're tipping at the waist slightly. Trying to keep your arms quite straight and just wide opening movements. Stretching through the shoulders, warming everything up. Now rotate to the back. So once again, big wide motion. Warming up all those joints. You can even do this workout without weights. Keep going. Now wide swings again. Deliberate motion. Try to keep your tummy pulled in. You're really exaggerating this, stretching through the front of the shoulder. Great job. We're putting our weights down and coming into a push-up position. Starting on your knees, we're going to do 2 on our knees, chest all the way down, and then if you can, 2 on your toes. It's quite a fast pace, so if you need to slow it down, slow it down. And if you need to stay down on your knees the whole time, then do that. Just find a way of doing it that works for you. Keep your back nice and flat. Hold your tummy in to support your spine. Down and down. Great job. Now grab your weights again, standing up. We're going to put our knuckles together and start lifting our elbows one at a time. I want you to think about pushing down on your shoulders so that you're just raising that elbow. Your knuckles are stationary and you're just going up and up. Think about resisting, as if you're resisting through thick mud, creating your own intensity. Working the front of the shoulders and the top of the shoulders. Now push away, so you're coming in that same position and then pushing down. You're pushing approximately at 45-degree angles downwards. And once again, think about creating your own resistance as if you're pushing away a heavy cement block. Push. Keep your shoulders down, your tummy's pulled in. Just 16 of these, and then we're going to go back to that same position and repeat the first exercise. So go right back to where you were. Should be starting to feel that now. Up and up. The key is to push down on the shoulders, because that will help you to just move that elbow and have that extra resistance. Push. Keep going. Now back to that other exercise where you're pushing that heavy cement block away. It's down and forward. Down and forward. Stretch out your arms fully, flexing through that arm joint, that elbow joint. Push and push. Keep going. Nice big breaths. Now back onto the ground. Now into a downward dog position. We're doing downward dog push-ups. So down with the top of your head, just adjust, then down on one elbow and down. In the center, down on the other elbow and down. So you're touching your top of your head and then your forehead. Try to get all the way down. Find a stance that works for you. If you can't keep your legs straight here, just bend. If you can't go down on that elbow, then just stay in the normal downward dog push-up position the entire time. Really working through those shoulders now. Fast pace to keep the heart rate up. Walking back up, grabbing your weights again. Come back into that position with your knuckles together. Now both arms up at the same time. So you're using your knuckles as that pivot point and you're pushing up and down, imagining that you're pressing something heavy down with those elbows. And then also creating isotension on the way up. Continue to push your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep going. Nice deep breaths. Just 16 here. Now rotate to the front. So you're rotating your shoulders and you're just moving those weights slightly in front of you. You can see how they're just moving away. Trying to keep your elbows up as you rotate forward. Now back to that first exercise, up and down. Should be starting to feel that heat. Really think about pushing that heavy cement block down to the ground with those elbows. Now we're going to rotate towards you this time. So bringing those weights towards your chest and then pushing back out. Also think about rotating your shoulders. You're rotating back through those shoulders, squeezing your upper back together each time. Now put those weights down, back into a narrow push-up position. So it's like a tricep push-up where your elbows are going to graze your rib cage. So there's going to be 2 on your knees, then come up onto your toes and 2 on your toes. Now these are tough, so if you can't do them on your toes, just stay on your knees. The key is that your elbows need to go towards the back. Don't let them flare out. And try to keep your back flat. Slow down as it gets harder, but just keep going. Push up and up. Try and go so low that your chest touches the mat or comes close to it each time. Down and up. Down and push. That last one was killer. Just stretch those arms for a second. Grab your weights. Standing back up. Now arms out to the side with your palms facing towards the back. And just raise it up. So once again, you need to think about pushing those shoulders down so that your arms are raising against resistance. Up and up. Now into and back out to that same position. In, out. In, out. Elbows behind your back. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together and then pushing out. Back to that first exercise, raising it up. Just 8 more. Push those shoulders down. In, out. In, out. Just 8 sets here. Really squeeze those shoulder blades. This is what it's for, the upper back. Deliberately stretch out those arms. Now up to the ceiling again. Last set. Up and up. Deep breaths. This one burns. Just fight for it. In, out, last set. You can do this. Keep going. A few more. Down to the mat. Now we're coming into a side position where your elbows lined up with your rib cage, just a little bit further out, and we're going to do a side triceps push-up. So you're leaning into that arm, letting your elbow come diagonally behind you. Leaning all your weight onto that arm and then pushing your body back up. Down and up. We're going to switch very quickly into another triceps exercise. We're going to swing the legs to the other side. The same arm is going to be used, so swing your legs over. You put your other back arm on your shoulder and then bring that front arm close to your chest and push up. So this is also for the tricep. Try and get your elbow to point towards the back. Just loosen it out after 4 and just 4 more. Try to go all the way down with that opposite shoulder and then push yourself back up with that arm. And last one. That one is painful, but it's good for the back of the arm. Stretch that out, back up with those hand weights. Now in a kneeling position, we're going to do the back of the arm, the tricep. So come all the way up and back, and we're going to bend, extend. It's a small bend, extend, pushing those weights up to the sky. Keep the top of your arm completely still here. Push, pressing. Now out to the side, same exercise, but with your arms out to the side. Hinge at the waist, keep your back nice and flat, and push those weights up as if you're stamping the number on the ceiling. Back to the first exercise. Press. Really think about squeezing the back of the arm. Nice flat back, deep breaths. Now back to that side open. Squeeze it up. Keep your arms high. Feeling that burn. Now put them down, and we're going to the other side for that side tricep push-up. So line your elbow up with your waist and push into it, and then press up. You really need to let your weight drop into that arm and then push up. You should feel this in the back of your arm. Down and up. Few more, then we're going to swing our legs around and change that position, still using the same arm. So your other arm's going on your shoulder, your front arm is lining up close to your body, and it's down and up. Down, push up. Try to tap the mat with the side of your arm each time. Swing it, loosen it, and just 4 more. If you can keep going without that arm rotation in the center, then just do all straight 8 or even do 10 to make up for the time, but they're tough. Okay, grab your weights again. We're hinging forward and we're having our palms to the back, and we're going to do those arm extensions, but in this really hinged position, you'll be using your upper back rather than your shoulders. So think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. You're just raising those arms up. You've got a micro bend in those arms. Squeeze it up. Keep going. Then we're going to superset with some back rows. So you're going to bring your arms in close and just row to the back. Fast movement. The emphasis is on the up, so the elbow up at the back, and you really need to squeeze that same muscle, the upper back. Once again, create your own resistance here. Think of pushing away something heavy with that elbow. Keep going. Now back to the first exercise. So it's up and up. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. You're hinging at the waist, don't round your back here. Keep your navel pulled in tight. Getting tough now. Back to that other rowing exercise, alternating elbows behind. Squeeze it up. Keep going, just burning out that upper back. Getting rid of back fat. Few more. Slow it down if you have to. Rotate those shoulders. Now back into a push-up position, like we're in a downward dog. We're going to raise a leg, come forward, put our foot down in releve, and then push up. So it's up, bring it forward, on your toes, push up. So you're bringing your foot as far forward as you can, trying to line it up with your hand. It's up, it's forward, and press down and up. Just 8 of these. Step wide forward. So your leg is actually helping you do that push-up, so it's slightly easier. than a normal push-up. Awesome job. Grabbing those weights again. Standing up, shoulders down and back. We're going to hit those biceps, so a wide angle with a little bend, upper chest height, and we're just going to raise the shape of those arms. So they're out in front of you, you're pushing your shoulders down, and you are raising up, thinking about squeezing that bicep muscle at the front of the arm. Up and up. Keep your arms up and raise from that 90-degree angle. Now punching to the ceiling. Once again, keeping the elbows high, just punching it up. Your palms are facing you here. Keep going. Deep breaths. Now wider angle with those raises. So you're about 45 degrees out. Again, raising the shape of that arm. Don't let it drop too far. The wider the angle, the better. So there's 16 of those, and now back up with that wide angle punches to the ceiling or to the sky. Push it high. Push the shoulders down as you're punching up. Back out, widest angle, once again, pushing up. There's a slight bend in that elbow and you're just pressing against gravity. Should be starting to feel that. Breathing. Now up and up, keeping that wide angle, punching to the sky. Keep going. Keep your elbows high, you can do this. Nearly done. Roll those shoulders, put it down, and other side now for that down dog with one leg high, and then bring it to the front and push up. So that leg at the front is in releve or up on your toe. Try to bring it as close as you can to that hand. We're only doing 8 of these, so make them your best. Push up. Nice high glute raise, then push. Keep going. You are nearly there. This is it. Keep breathing. Awesome job. There's one more. Combination push-up. So we're going to start with a regular push-up on our knees. Then we're coming into a tricep push-up on our knees. Back out to a full push-up on our toes. Back in to a tricep push-up on our toes. Now back to the knees, wide and narrow. Then up to your hands and narrow. Full push-up and back out. It's going to get tough. If you want to stay on your knees, you can for all of them, but if you can, just finish it off. This is the last burnout. Narrow, this is the toughest one. One last set. Out, in, press up to the toes, and narrow. Oh, awesome job. You've done it. Stretch it out. Stretch your fingertips out long. Push those shoulders down to the mat. Now one arm underneath and just let the weight of your body stretch out that shoulder. The shoulder's got the hardest work today. Other side. Pressing down. Then out in front, pushing away, stretching through your upper back, opening up through the shoulder blades, up to the side, and change to the other side, and interlace behind, open the chest, and stretch up. Fantastic job. Just rotate those wrists, Get some life back into it, and you've done it. See you again next time.